All right, y'all, welcome back to Alley Divine. I am going to get this message out today. I swear I'm going to get it out. I think it's been like 2 to 3 weeks. And a lot of things been going on between family and friends. So you want to be careful. I feel like the energy is shifting. I'm gonna do a quick message. I'm probably gonna do all pointers today when it comes to tarot and emotions. And whatever comes out the most, that's what you need to be aware of. That's how it goes with my cards. Be aware of it. These are monthly predictions. Okay, monthly predictions. If there's dates, I definitely give the dates. Time frames, depending on what comes out a lot. We're going to start with our love, romance, positive messages, things to be aware of, things to be cautious about. Change your perspective. All right, let's begin. We're going to do main topics, and then we'll go into tarot and emotions and advice to end it. Our last read was about family and friends, okay? Childhood. Dealing with people that you've known for your childhood, okay? Alright, I have to go back. I'll be using my lovely tarot deck, my Astros. Alright, let's begin. Alright. Attraction. Getting to know each other. Romance feelings. Are we doing other side today? Retreat. Getting away. Okay. Alright. Opposite. Opposite. Finances and careers. Deception. Separation. You deserve love. Okay, that's the opposite. Bottom of the deck, soulmate and let your friends help you is in reverse. All right, moving forward. So topics that are going to be pulled today and I read. Attractions, getting to know each other, romantic feelings, and disconnecting from everything around you, okay? Feelings are worth exploring, enjoy the moment fully, and bonding, okay? That's the positive of the message. The negatives, finances and careers, the issues and the factors, the deception, being false, the separation, apart, and deserving love. Okay, so things are coming up. Okay, some of you could be noticing things are changing. For some of you, it'll be in your relationships, rather that's with work, rather that's with romance, and then for some of you are coming closer into getting to know each other's stages. All right. So they will be talking about both today. I pulled out negatives and the negatives came out. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our love. Okay. The Emperor. Structure. What else? The Queen of Pentacles. Crossing. Bottom of the deck. Seven of Pentacles in waiting. Okay. Five of Cups. The Hierophant. I did a mini read like a few days ago, and the Hierophant came out. So something with that Hierophant these next few weeks. Something with that Hierophant, okay? The Eight of Cups. It could be walking away from things that don't excite you, walking away from things that you're not so happy about. The reason I said that, crossing each other, is the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Going into what it is that you want. What do you want for yourself? What do you see for yourself? When it comes to a workplace, when it comes to family, friends. Right now it's talking about getting to know self and what attracts you, and then getting to know others. And it's also talking about the deception and the separations. Okay. All right. We'll take that. Two cards came out. That's the Moon card. Hopes, fears, dreams, wishes, and the Four of Wands. Okay, when it comes to togetherness, when it comes to those workplaces, when it comes to finances and careers, when it comes to relationships and getting to know each other and attractions, when it comes to retreating, okay? All those things are with that Four of Wands. I'm not looking at it from one stance. I'm looking at it from all views. Whatever you're having trouble in, whatever you're having difficulties with, this is what it's for. Some of you, it could be relations. Some of you, it could be jobs. Some of you, it could be how you feel about yourself, okay? All right. We're going into the closing. The King of Swords. King of Swords. What about the King of Swords? Okay, resting. Something after heartache, something making sure that you rest, making sure that you gather your thoughts, making sure that you take the time out after things have taken place. This is a 4. And this is a 4. Okay, so I have 2 4s here. 4 and 8 could be significant. 4 of Swords and then the 4 of Wands. Okay, in between the King of Swords. So for a King of Swords, you could be having difficulties right now when it comes to partnerships, work, and needing to rest, needing to take the time out. Something has changed. Something's bothering you. Something has happened. Okay? Something with your hopes, your fears, your dreams, and your wishes. So far, they're mentioning you on this side. All right? Let's move forward. And it has something to do with structure. It has something to do with a Queen of Pentacles. And a Hierophant. About having wisdom. All right, let's move forward. It's something with teaching. I'm getting teaching here. Something with teaching. All right, what else? Moving forward into the outcomes. The Fool. About a leap of faith. About taking steps. About change. A process about change. Maybe something is in pause right before a change, right before the leap. And everybody has to remember the bag is a sword. Nobody really mentions that, but that sword is a bag. Whatever you carry. Okay? And it's crazy, I just got that, but I got the King of Swords here. Be aware that whatever is being carried is also a sword. So make sure you take care of whatever it is that you're carrying. Okay, some of you are not so happy about things. In the waiting, what did I just say? I said a rest period before a leap, right? A rest period before a leap. Down here, we have that 7 of Pentacles. This is the waiting period, the rest period, the hold on period. Okay? The teaching. There's something here. There's something here. We're going to find out more once we get deeper into the read. What that something is. What is it mainly about? And it's going into that 10. Probably being stubborn about the 10, but the 10 is in the works. The 10 is in the works because we have the 7 and it was like some type of setback, and then it moves forward into the 8. Here is the 9. Here's the 8. Here's the 9. Now you're waiting for that 10. The 10 is in a wait. There's some type of wait period though, because there's some type of swords being laid out. All right. All right. Look, Knight of Swords. We have the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. What did I say? Some type of swords are being laid out. I feel like this is just like on notice. I'm getting like a notice. I'm getting on notice with structure and wisdom and teaching. And with the King of Swords and that Knight of Swords. The King of Swords with partnerships, and then the Knight of Swords with happiness. All right, what else? It could be the same energies. We don't know yet. Page of Pentacles. Regarding a pentacle, regarding that 10. Seven of Swords. 7 and 8 might be significant. 4, 17, 14, 18. We have 2 sevens out. We have that 7 of Pentacles and we have that 7 of Swords. Wanting to go in for a pentacle, I don't know how that's going to work. I feel like there's a warning. There's something here. What did I say? I said that bag is also a sword, so be careful. That 5 is bringing me here. That 5 is bringing me here. Not so happy about something. That. What else? Not so happy about something. Somebody's coming for something. Okay? 4 of Cups. In regards to an offer, you're not sure if you want that offer. This was reminding me, like, I be saying, like, all the images that I be seeing, I, like, feel like they're, like, stories out of the Bible. This is reminding me when the angels was telling them to get up from under the tree and get your blessings. Get from under that tree and get your blessings. Go eat. Like pouting. But I feel like there's a rest period here before the faith and the movement. Like, do you want something? Look, justice is here. Something's gonna bring justice. What else? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. So we have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And then after everything comes in, the King of Wands. But the Hierophant is here when it talks about wisdom and being smart. About decisions. Because what, like, I guess, like, I just got what made you sad. Something that made you sad. Hold on. The juggling. Something with juggling. Something with juggling. There's a 3. Something with juggling. It's coming to something with juggling you have to go within about. Spiritually. I'm saying spiritually because Strength came out and Lovers came out. Whatever was being juggled, you have to go within about spiritually when it comes to relationships. What did I tell you guys? I said they want to talk about relationships and getting to know here, but they also want to talk about business and deception and separations. This is the bad part of it. The part that's coming forth. The part that they're like claiming. Is there anything else before I go into clarifications? That page. Dealing with the cups. That cup is at the 10. The tower and the completions. There's going to be a completion. There's going to be a completion. Be careful. The towers are still coming out after the friends and family situation. The towers are still coming out. All right. So that means it's not over. All right. What else? We're going into clarifications. They're going to complete something. They're going to end something. Somebody's not happy about the ending. Look, that ace. The Ace of Cups is here. What else? There's that Hermit. Something you have to go within about. The self-discovery. Connecting with the roots. Withdrawing from things. And being careful when it comes to counselor. What did I say? I said these two are giving me teaching. These two are giving me teaching. This one is saying counsel. Teaching, counsel. When it comes to that Ace of Cups. When it comes to starting a business, when it comes to happiness and peace, when it comes to being gentle, when it comes to first love, when it comes to deep thinking, when it comes to self-examination. Okay? All right. Look, that loss. What are you willing to keep taking loss in? What are you not willing to lose again? There's something with a breakup. There's something with some type of betrayal in love and the fear of separation or feeling some type of way when it comes to departing. It came out with that 7 of Pentacles. But it's here. Next to that 7 when it goes into the 8 and walking away. Was there a betrayal in love? Rekindling something and restoring something. That 7 could be restoring something. But it's in a wait. After the separation, after the regret, after the blame. They're right here with each other. So I feel like it's clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. That's 2 5s. That's that world card, that completion. Yeah. And look, I just said 2 5s of completion. Look what came out, the 10. When it comes to family. With the not so happy. Look, the 5 of Cups and then the 10 of Cups. about sincerity. And being joy-filled. What did I say? I said something to be restored after regret, after betrayal and love, after distrust and sadness, after loss. Two fives confirming each other. That brings a 10. That brings a 10. Ending the world card. A completion of something. That tower is still here. It's something with relationships. Okay? Happiness. And then we have completions. Moving into outcomes. Moving into outcomes. Moving forward. That's 6. And what did I say? That 8. I said that 8 is going for what you want. Looking. That's that self-discovery. I'm getting that's that self-discovery. You left a lot to figure it out. And this is moving forward with that wisdom. With the Hierophant. Okay? Moving forward. After something has ended. Okay? So let's move forward. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is stating growing. The Wheel of Fortune is stating change. This is an intuition change. Intuitive change. I kid you not. We have the World here. We have the Wheel here. And we have the 10. Whatever is being left because of the deception is being left. Because there needs to be change. It's confirmation. Something with a relationship. The Tower had came and a tower came for it. You left a situation. Yeah, and it's going to bring justice. Okay, in regards to making the right decisions. Moving forward, that's coming out. Justice is coming out in the outcome once again. And there's that moon. I kid you not. I kid you not. Somebody has to go within spiritually because they've been making the same type of mistakes. You could be dealing with a woman. When it comes to self-doubt, when it comes to escaping, okay? This is about the lies. The lies and the hidden enemies. Double confirmation with the moon and justice. Something that has not been fair. Something that was made wrong. They made the wrong decisions. Somebody made the wrong decisions. And justice is going to come back for it. a King of Swords and Knight of Swords. And there's the King of Wands. There's the Hermit. There's the Page. These are a lot of different energies. One Queen of Cups at this time. Okay, in regards to defense. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, fight for yourself, and guard. This came out when I was talking about friends and family and childhood, people you dealt with when you probably were younger. It's saying defense and protect yourself. It could be somebody you know. It's about integrity. It's about territory. And you need to fight for yourself and not be weak, stubborn. About defense. That's a 9. 8 going into the 9. What else? I believe that came out in the rest period. The Tower. Again. Double confirmation. About purification and freedom. Okay? In regards to the suppression. In regards to the limited freedom and the changes because of the flesh. Like this is the enlightenment to bring freedom and the awakening. Dealing with somebody. And what did I say? About the path. About the path. It's more so like, say you're there's like some type of deception, but there's some type of attraction, but it's like you deserve, like whatever is being deceptive is confirming that you deserve love. When it comes to the finances and the careers and the deception of it, they're saying to separate yourself from it because you deserve love. Which is attraction, getting to know, romantic feelings, and getting away and disconnecting. We have Justice here twice. I'm going to just start pulling out what's all double confirmation so we can know at the end. And we have the Moon twice. Okay. Like something, what did I say about the Four of Swords? It's like a thinking, like you're thinking before taking the leap of faith. And what do we have here? We have the thinking period. Okay, that's that Two of Swords. Like making sure when it comes to the balance and when it comes to the constraints and what it comes to you, what you need to end when it comes to them deadlocks and the releasing. Because what needs to be released is being revealed when it comes to the change and the movement. And that's this. That's this here. Maybe whoever the King of Wands is has been dealing with a King of Swords and a Knight of Swords. But the King of Wands is the one getting justice. That's where the deception was. And they are the ones dealing with the childhood people. And there's a lot taking place right now, so you want to be careful. Let me find the, where's the resting period? Here's the resting period and the thinking. The resting period and the thinking. That goes into a 6, right? The 6, the 4 of swords, the 2 of swords turns into that 6. What did I say? Rest period thinking. The wisdom of the Hierophant. The wisdom of moving forward. I don't feel like a tower is always bad. A tower is a redo. A tower is the change, the revelation that you need for the change to come. Like there could be one problem after another problem, one problem after another problem, and they're like, no, go with the flow. Get rid of the conflict and the difficulties. I kid you not. It says one problem after another problem. No, get rid of the problem and the difficulties. The problem is whoever you're probably doing business with. Somebody who's not so kind to you. It's somebody who's not so kind. It could be 2. I don't know. If the king, the knight and the king of swords deal with each other and then they deal with you on the side, but you come after justice. So there's something that's relieved and then you come in. We have justice here twice. We have the moon here twice. When it comes to the crisis and the hopes, the fears. And then we have the tower twice. That's confirming. The tower is confirming the freedom. It's an interruption. There's an interruption to whatever is going on because of freedom and purification and liberation. Okay? I don't know who needs to know that, but that's what it is. I feel like the king of swords, the king of swords has something with partnerships. But the knight comes in regards to some type of happiness. All right, let's move forward. Clarifications. Okay, going into the outcome. What else? Clarifications. Victory. It went from moving forward to victory. Okay, that's 2 6s. We have 2 4s, 2 6, and what else did we have? 7? No, we had 8. Moving forward into victory. We have the 4 of swords. We have the 6 of swords here, and it goes into the 6 of victory. Okay, and the outcome. What else? The Ace of Wands. The new beginning. The new beginning is the victory. Start something new. New experiences. New growth. What else? The Lovers. I kid you not. I kid you not. What else? The Knight of Wands. And what did I say? The Knight of Wands came out. That King of Swords came out. The King of Wands came out. I said, what did I say about the King of Swords? The King of Swords, it was something with business. And then that Knight of Swords comes in about happiness. And that Knight of Swords turns into justice and turns into that King of Wands. It goes from justice to the King of Wands. So whatever it is, I feel like a Tower comes for something. Look, Queen of Pentacles. It says a trustworthy woman. The Knight of Wands is looking at a trustworthy woman. Safe, creative, sharp, sensual, fertility. I wonder if that's the Queen of Pentacles. And what's here? The Queen of Pentacles. I kid you not. Fighting. Some type of fighting, some type of competition. Was there some struggles and disagreements and obstacles regarding this turbulence and annoyance? It's more so about beneficial change. That's what they need to know. It's about beneficial change. In regards to opportunity. About peace and harmony. That's what the fights are going to be about. Okay? When it comes to being selfish, when it comes to problems, when it comes to warnings, when it comes to exploitation, when it comes to betraying, when it comes to being addicted to something, when it comes to hobbies, good fortune, dealing with others. Okay, going into the outcome. Last cards. Last cards. King of Wands. Last cards. Restraint. When it comes to like isolation or slavery. Blindfold. Take the blindfold off and stop interfering. This is a get out the cage moment. Get out of the cage. They're telling somebody to get out of the cage. Yeah, when it comes to career and success. Trouble in the workplace. I kid you not. What does that say? Trouble with the workplace. Trouble with work. This is a chance to make money. This is in regards to you needing to pay attention to details. Bottom of the deck, freedom. There's that Four of Wands, clarifying, double. When it comes to being secure and when it comes to being happy and harvest. In the resting period, in the creativity, in the family. Last card, going. Making the decision. Action. Making the decision. A foresight. Not the competitiveness, the true effort. And the expansion. Not being stuck. Not being stuck. Not competing. Last card, the Emperor. Started with the Emperor, I'm going to end it with the Emperor. Okay? When it comes to success. You're dealing with other people. I don't know. Y'all need to get it together. What you want, what you don't want, what you need to let go of. I feel like everything that needs to be let go of, that's what the Tower is coming for. It's probably like, it's up to like 5 to like 7 people here. It could be 10. Mainly. Be careful. Be careful of dealing with whatever is going on in the workplace when it comes to deception about separations. All right. Let's move on, guys. Let's do feelings. Broken. Something's broken. What else? Something's broken. Yeah. It says toxic. The pursuit of toxic at a distance. There's some space between something. We keep talking about distance. We keep talking about toxic. We keep talking about, that's what they want to talk about today, though. Clarity and truth. They want to talk about clarity and truth. These two cards both look alike. This one has an orange and purple. This one has an orange and purple. Look, the realizations and the understandings and awakenings. Yeah, boundaries. It's about boundaries and crossing the line. And it says, no, draw the line. Draw the line, enough. Draw the line, enough. The realization is drawing the line and saying enough. That's the awareness of it. It could deplete you. It could make you feel depleted. Are these the bad parts? Yeah. Someday. Someday. It could make you feel some type of way. Yeah, ghosting. Make you want to ghost. Because there's possibilities of being free-spirited and taking adventure and risk when it comes to sexual energies, when it comes to being committed. When it comes to admiring. Yeah, there could be some bitterness. There could be some bitterness and anger in this. Yeah, in regards to choices, but peace is at the bottom of that, and intuition. Something you know. It's something that you know. Whoever this message is for, is something that you know. Your intuition is telling you something about peace. When it comes to balance. Your intuition is telling you something. Yeah, about the negativity. Maybe you have a negative mind. Maybe somebody tried to hex you. Somebody you know tried to hex you. Look, manifesting and hoping. Somebody you grew up with. There's causes and effects to this. And then you have here devoted. In regards to foundation, in regards to security. Only you. Okay? I think that's it for here. Clarity. There's some type of clarity. Something's broken. Something's been broken. And then something has truth to it. And they're saying draw lines. And that's the realization and the awareness. So today we have realizations and awareness. All right, moving forward. Let's do energy. Let's do energy. Okay, we have the fourth chakra. Archangel Raphael. That's healing. Okay. And then we have that storm warning. We have a storm warning. And what did I say? I said this message is like going into happiness, like about happiness, and then it's warning you of the other things. So here's like, let me put this here. Because the attraction, getting to know each other, romantic feelings, retreat is the healing. And then on this side, we have the finances, careers, the deception, the separation, the you deserve love. That has the storm warning. All right, let's move forward. There's a cause and effect to everything, okay? Look, the attachment. That's another 5. Something's attached to you. You're attached to something. Something that you need to put boundaries up with. Something that you need to let go of. What else? Yeah, personal healing and happiness. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. We have the healings here, the heart chakra with everything, and the personal healing. And then over here we have storm warning with the deception and the careers and the attachments. Whoever, somebody's attached to you and can't let go, or you're attached to something and can't let go. And it's bringing a storm warning because you deserve love, respect, whatever it is that's not coming. Whatever it is that's not in the mix. And it's between a few people. Okay? It's between a few people. Look, the world. The world card. Looking over the bay. Journey. We have the world and journey here. This is the leap I feel like they're asking you if you want to take. Do you want to take a leap to starting something new? Or do you want to continue on with whatever is taking place with the troubles? Look, I kid you not. I can't make it up. Deceit. That's the 7. That's the 7. It's making you think a lot. Whoever this is. In regards to door to value. There's like some type of door to value, but there's like some type of deceit. Whatever you're separating from. Yeah, third eye. Go with, this is a sixth chakra. What do you want? You already got into your third eye. Hey. You already got into your third eye. You always gotta have a last word. Okay, blossoming abundance. Blossoming abundance. Who's out there? The temple path. The path you want to take. Something about you being on your path. Action. Man holding coin. Contract. Are you feeling all tied up in regards to finance? The thinking woman. Rest and rejuvenate. They're big on rest this week. Bottom of the deck, woman holding the coin. Cornucopia. Universal blessings. Being blessed. What do you want? Last card. Victory. Some type of victory is coming. Rather some like it or not. A woman holding the heart. Shady woman not coming out this week. But shady woman was coming out a few weeks ago. Now it's talking about positivity. But it is talking about deceit. But it keeps bringing out victory, and we hardly ever get victory. So something's going to be justified. God is God. Men are created like God. But men are not God. So how you deal with the world, the energy comes back. In whatever way it needs to come. That's what we need to be aware of at this time. I don't think we're seeing it. I keep getting that. Like for the last 4 days, I keep getting men are not God, but men are like God. And I've been doing my research on it too. Like the energy of God is in men. Men have to choose. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the energy of the world is God, and it reflects, it mirrors. Be careful in your situations. Be careful in your relationships. Whether it's for a woman, whether it's for a man. We're going to go into characteristics. I can't make this up. Civil servant. Civil servant. A waiter. We're in a waiting period. Some people are in a waiting period. But this has something to do with a public official. And a cleaner. Gang. A blacksmith. About teaching. It's about teaching. A doctor. A doctor could be involved. Somebody who's telling, somebody who's about epic tales. Somebody who knows how to keep secrets. Somebody who knows how to keep secrets. A traveler. Somebody who travels. Who's experienced. Somebody who's older. This is giving me an older energy. Betrayal. We need to be careful of this energy. Detective. We need to be careful of betrayal at this time. A clown. And clown behavior. Clown behavior. Somebody who's gambling their life. If you're in a relationship, be careful of gambling your life at this time. When it comes to conspiracy. And when it comes to disloyalty. I feel like this is the energy we're in. And it's coming. And it has a storm warning about deceit. I feel like there's some protecting. Yeah, defeat. Somebody who feels defeated. Somebody who's confused. Somebody who's lost. They're probably lost in their partnership. Lost in the relationships that they're in. Or with whoever they're with. Then we have entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. And then we have land. Farmer. Harvest. And we have fashion, a barber, trimming, beautification. Somebody who turns ugly into beauty. Okay? Lawyer at the bottom of the deck. A guide to progress and a volunteer who's dedicated. And then we have that knight and diviner at the bottom of the deck. Writer. And I'll stop there. Planner is under that. The knight is about loyalty. What an honor. So you guys who want to be deceptive better watch out. Because the knight is coming. The knight is here. I said the king with something with partnerships, right? And then I said the knight comes in about the happiness. And justice comes in somewhere between that happiness. And then it ends with the King of Wands. The diviner, cosmic connections, and the writer. Somebody who's crafting and polishing and telling the story. Be careful. I feel like the silver servant, the waiter, and the gang, for some reason, I feel like they're like, I keep getting that name of that card. What is it? This name keeps popping up. What card is it? Be careful. Not a journalist. I keep getting revolutionist. Revolutionary. Revolutionist, revolutionary. That's what I'm getting with this. A revolutionist. A blacksmith. That's what I'm getting with these four. That's the feeling that's hitting me. Be careful. Y'all know how y'all be like, oh, we're watching. There's always somebody watching you. There's always somebody watching you. So be careful. I feel like a storm warning is coming, but I feel like all the people who play a part in this week, there's like different people. It has to do with harvest and land. It has to do with diviner, lawyers, guides, volunteers, foresight. The knight who's about honor and loyalty. Be careful because they have a clown and gambler here. And it happens. We just don't know when it's coming, but it's warning us. Okay? Anything else? Y'all want to do zodiacs? I feel like I already went over characters. If you're in a relationship at this time, be careful. A lot of relationships came out. What do you want? Do you want separation or do you want togetherness? I feel like that's what you're dealing with at this time. But the separations are coming because of deceit. Whether they like it or not. All right? Males and females. That's what's going on in y'all relationships. What else? Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn, and if you're a male Capricorn, you could be dealing with your spouse. If you're the opposite, you could be dealing like I'm pulling like spousal cards because they're more so just talking to you guys in these relationships when it comes to business and things. You need to know there's a change coming. Aries. Libra. You need to know there's a change coming. That change might get you in a double form. I'm getting a karma way. What else? That was double completions. Capricorn. I kid you not. I can't make this up. Capricorn, you need to know a change is coming. For Libra, it might be a double change for you. And for Capricorn, you really need to know there's a change. Capricorn came out twice with change. Libra, you came out twice with change as well. Aries came out once. Hello. Cancer. Taurus. Aquarius. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Sagittarius and Scorpio. All right. There we have it. Have a good one. Stay safe. Be blessed. Bye.